Luckily, we received the transcript from the latest interview with BRAINDEAD Donald, and I'm afraid that the president has declared open season on anyone accusing him of putting fake gold in the Oval Office. Here, play this clip.
President Trump is firing back today at those who say his Oval Office gold accents are cheap plastic molds, spray-painted gold. Online sleuths have matched the Oval Office carvings to inexpensive appliques sold on the Home Depot website. Here they are, side by side. They sure look a lot alike. And the president has put them up all over the White House. He's even added them to his new presidential Walk of Fame.
I put these gold urns everywhere. That makes me happy.
This man needs no more gold. Y'all gave him all of the gold dye in the hair salon, and he has done nothing with it. How is your hair set to low opacity? His hair is so thin. I wouldn't be surprised if Melania has put invisible ink in there whenever he's sleeping. Play the tape.
Recently made fun of Trump's love of gold, and last night, Fox News personality Laura Ingraham asked him, is it really real?
You can't imitate gold, real gold. There's no paint.
You can't imitate gold? How far has his brain declined? You can literally buy gold-plated silver from Walmart. Republicans, is this y'all's GOAT? Well, you can't imitate gold because gold is really shiny. What do you think they have counterfeit gold tests for? And if you know anything about the gold industry, the only way to test gold is to drill the inside and see if the center is made out of counterfeit metal. As a president of the country, you should know how much counterfeit jewelry is being imported and exported from your country per year. You know what? I think he's taking all the counterfeit gold that's been seized and he's keeping it in his back pocket so nobody has to figure out where all this gold and all this money is going. He's just going to act like he doesn't know.
So these aren't like from Home Depot or something?
No, this is not Home Depot stuff.
No, not stuff you buy.
This is not Home Depot.
Okay, that's probably not the one at Home Depot because that is the exact same one we saw at Lowe's. Jesus Christ, someone needs to look up his purchase history. Apparently, the money to buy this stuff was donated. But what was the rest of the donation money spent on? We wouldn't be surprised if somewhere in an underground vault, they're making a giant gold-plated statue of him. For all my artisans out there, if you're working on a giant statue of Trump, make sure you include his swollen ankles. That way everyone can get a sense of how it feels to barely be holding on before the collapse. Then he continues the tour, showing us the renovations of a 5-year-old. Because when you've just been elected, the country's top priority is not the shutdown. It's trying to get the best way to launder your money so you never have to file bankruptcy again. So Trump then goes ahead and he says the millions of dollars of the renovations come from a donor and that the public pays for none of it.
After 150 years, the borough that they wanted. You know what? They've waited 150 years and the public is paying for nothing. The public is paying for absolutely nothing. It's all being done by donors. All the way over to there. It'll be beautiful. One of the most beautiful in the world. Come on. Okay? You know, a lot of people don't know that. They don't say that there's no cost.
Excuse me, Donald? I don't think you know how economics works. When you take millions of dollars from a donor and don't use that to assist the starving families who can't afford food, yes, the publicly is literally paying for your actions. Every dollar used for useless renovations could have been given back to the poor families and disabled veterans who've been denied Social Security benefits. So whenever all this crime increases and you got people running into your stores, running into your homes, taking everything out, what are you going to say? You're going to say, I spent all the donors' money on renovations in the White House. But you're not going to donate any of the money to the people who need it. You're going to buy 100 bottles of ketchup so you can eat chicken nuggets in the Oval Office. Now, you won't believe what is really going on this tour. Somebody needs to call Saturday Night Live because this looks unreal. The whole time, the interviewer's looking at him like a complete idiot. In this next clip, he points to some object in the pitch black in the dead of night that nobody could see. And the interviewer literally says, unbelievable, as in it's unbelievably stupid to show me something that I can't even see in the middle of the night. Just look at how dark it is.
That's some room, isn't it? Weird.
That's unbelievable.
Just a bumbling idiot. And with every interview, he has to add a little bit of narcissism, right? It's not Trump without his narcissism.
Now I'm going to show you. So this is the Presidential Walk of Fame.
Now, whose idea was this?
My idea. Everything's my idea.
Everything's your idea. Okay.
Sadly.
Everything's your idea. Yeah, we don't like this dynamic, bruh. I can tell why Melania's face looks like that. The interviewer made the exact same face as his wife, and I'm here for it. Trump does not have the capacity to pay attention to nonverbal cues of the woman around him. So at least she can signal to anyone walking by that he's having a manic episode. Then he has all the mantles framed where Obama's and Biden's pictures are supposed to go, but instead he has a picture of himself and he has a placeholder picture in the frame, and he says, well, I just took their pictures out because they're bad people. Play this clip.
That's Barack Hussein Obama.
Okay.
This is Biden right here.
Wait a second. The
Worst
profile
president.
of Biden is
So
a
he's the
little-
worst president in the history of our country, and Barack Hussein Obama is top 5, meaning bad.
Are you
Meaning bad? Bro, you were pointing out the little girls to Epstein that you thought were hot while y'all were dancing at his party. All Joseph Biden ever did wrong was get Alzheimer's and struggle to get into his car. That's nowhere near the atrocities you committed. We saw you call everyone up to your office for a meeting and then you fell asleep mid-sentence. You don't belong in an international war room. You belong in a retirement facility. And then he goes on to do this.
Bronze plaques. Goes up under each picture describing. Look at the scene over here, fellas. Look, how beautiful is that? Come on over here, take a look.
This is the new Rose Garden. But the
Bro, you just showed us something in the pitch black in the middle of the night. No one knows what you're talking about. No one knows what you just showed us. Maybe your ankles are so swollen that the blood's not getting to your brain in time, right? We've all seen the pictures of the blood pumping machine wrapped around his heart. I wouldn't be surprised if this machine was the only thing keeping him alive. And that's why he's so brain dead, right? And he's absolutely heartless too. How many Venezuelan ships has he sunken? 19 now and counting? There's been no due process, no questions asked. There's no trying to figure out, why are you guys on a boat? Is this just recreational? But no, instead, he just bombs everyone he sees from Venezuela out in the water, and then he labels them as drug traffickers. Yeah, we know your game, buddy. You've been trying to take out every non-white country for a long time. Now look at him taking all the credit for his team's work for renovating this room. He does not have one bone of humility in his body.
is that brass? The brass?
That's two brass strips. But even if you look at the air conditioner vent, it's book matched.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Who can do that? I can do that.
No, Donald, you cannot do that. We worked as blue-collar workers renovating houses, and we can guarantee you the landlord, the person who hires us for the job, cannot do the work in any capacity whatsoever, or else they would never be hiring us. The only people who can do the work is us, not you. And 9 out of 10 times, we're not part of your white supremacist MAGA cult. So at a bare minimum, any decent human being would give credit to the people who actually did the work instead of taking the credit like a narcissist. And in addition, this is the White House we're talking about. You would have to have hired an architectural design company. You don't know the layout. You don't know the electrical layout. You need to hire someone to get the dimensions for you. You need the materials done for you. So stop taking credit for our work and we'll stop calling you a narcissist. Keep the tape going.
Where do you think you developed the attention to architectural detail? Like, at what age did you start realizing that's what you could do?
Yeah, I was involved with my father in building and all this stuff, and my father was a builder. So as a little boy, I'd be sitting there playing with blocks, I guess, and my father would be on the phone, you know, and I'd be listening, I guess. And, you know, you listen. I had a father who was very good at building. He was very good at building things, and so am I. I build better than anybody else. Nobody can build like me.
Again, more narcissism. We think this is absolutely disgusting. And you have the lowest ratings of any modern president. And you decide to show us a video of you taking credit for the work that we've done? My brother, this is not the way. At this point, if I answer a phone call from Scam Likely, I expect the person who answers the phone to be you, Braindead Donald. Please excuse yourself yourself and let Stephen Miller take over. We know he's operating from the shadows, but your time has come. You can go back to being a Democrat, hosting TV game shows. And if you do that, we'll be less harsh on you. But still, you're still going to go to jail for the Epstein files. Thank you for watching. If you want to like, comment, and subscribe, you can go ahead and do that. Check out the description. There's a donation link there.